I wonder if you could comment on the main challenges for personalized medicine at a country level.
Well, of course, the personalized medicine is it depends on the level of biomedical research development in each country, and it depends on the level of influence of of biomedical science into the medical profession, and the background, the general background that exists already in biomedical research. Everyone, of course, is interested on the main advantages of personalized medicine. It's a nice idea, fantastic idea. We can target more directly the therapeutics to the patient, and we can also save money. This is the global positive issue. The less positive issue is that you need to have a strong background on biomedical research, is that you need to have clinicians prepared to work with the biomedical research community, and we have to train many people, including students from the first year of medicine. That's a long challenge. Is an interesting development, a very useful development, but we cannot hurry. It's impossible to hurry.
Thank you. It's been over 10 years since the human genome was sequenced for the first time. And the expectation was that there would be a new wave of medicines rapidly following on from that achievement. Of course, it didn't happen that way. I wonder if you can comment on how we help set expectations for personalized medicine, both in the public and across the medical community. How do we learn how to be realistic with what we can expect?
Yeah, that's a critical issue, because apparently every factor was connected to a great success of personalized medicine. The human genome was identified. The ICT development was very big in very limited amount of time, and there were many interested scientists, young scientists. There was a boom in science biology PhD creation in Europe 10 years ago, and so apparently all factors were together. But what didn't happen so quickly? What is this? On my opinion, is this gap between the clinician activity, the clinical medicine activity, and the biomedical sciences. Schools of medicine are still very reluctant, but they are still starting to accept the non-physicians on their own faculty, and this is a movement that takes a long time, and probably there was no maturity in the scientific community in each country to jump immediately into this, the instrumental of this knowledge. Well, I don't know. We heard all that in the emergent societies, industrial societies such as China, India, and so on, they are, and South Korea, they are doing a lot very quickly in terms of using those micro methods and micro arrays and computerizing instruments to count very quickly and to extract the associations between variables connected with the molecular biology. But what I heard from my friends that are from the clinical side in oncology, for instance, is that there is still a big difference between the results of this type of quantitative analysis activity and the needs of the clinical medicine. So we cannot jump from the night to the day.
Yes, thank you. So the role of the pharmaceutical companies is interesting and is challenged in some way right now because of the smaller markets, the changes that will occur in clinical trials based on patient stratification. I wonder if you can make some comment on how their role will change, if it will change going forward, given the blockbuster era is now over.
Yeah, well, the pharmaceutical industry has been terribly beaten by the present crisis. We can say that. Because, of course, the health budgets in all countries are reduced or freezed at least, and the pharmaceutical industry is based on the growth of new drugs, innovative drugs, and on a quick obsolescence of the existing the old blockbusters. So this model is over, and the pharmaceutical industry is still, and is going to be still, one of the most profitable areas in corporations, and they will adapt. They are, for instance, they are shortening, they are substituting in-house research by research that they buy outside. They are, which is very good for all of us, good for the pharmaceutical industry, good for the scientific community that gets a kind of recognition, material recognition for the work that they have been doing, especially youngsters that have been developing SMEs. And this trend is going on. The pharmaceutical industry is in a process of adaptation. I'm sure that they will adjust to this situation. What I would expect from them is to be more familiar with the existing research efforts in each one of those countries, even the smaller countries, because the former model was based on big laboratories that the industry itself developed, located in big countries where there were plenty of human resources. And now they are looking into those small countries that many of them are represented here in this meeting today, and they need to look into what is the comparative advantage of some niches of production, of intellectual production, knowledge production in these countries. So this is going to be a paradigm change.
Considering the opportunities and the challenges of personalized medicine, I wonder if you could comment on the elements of the new framework, Horizon 2020.
Well, the new framework, first of all, we expected to have a great increase of resources from FP7 to the FP8, which is named Horizon 2020. We are the Commission proposed a change from 54 to 80 thousands of millions of euros. That means billions of euros in common language, of course. And the Commission is preparing this program, collecting information from what was wrong with the previous programs. There were two things that went quietly wrong. One was the enormous amount of bureaucracy that was needed, and second one was the low relative importance of excellence, individual excellence. And with the exception of the European Research Council grants that were already designed in the FP7 to grant individuals with a project based on their excellency. And this is growing enormously. It's going to grow enormously, this ERC grants, which is very positive, less bureaucratic and much more confident on the individual capacity. Of course, some projects will be lost and will never produce the expected outcome. But this happens in all projects. Why not some failures in the ERC projects? We need to be prepared to accept them. It's quite normal. But the idea is perfect, is very good, and needs to be improved. Another issue is the innovation issue. Innovation is not necessarily coming out the conclusion of a cycle of knowledge, teaching, researching, technology, and then the creation of a new thing or a new process or a new procedure or whatever. Innovation can exist from the existing knowledge, can start from the existing scientific development already. And this idea of innovation needs to be based on the capacity of individuals to organize themselves in small and medium enterprises and to produce results that could be used more quickly. Of course, the mortality rate of those small and medium enterprises is bigger probably than in other areas, like in restoration or tourism, because those in tourism, they can last for decades. Here probably they can not last for many years, but it's just one of their values, because they can produce results that can induce others to come and can so the tissue is growing with small pieces and small enterprises. That's also another innovative issue of Horizon 2020. And the third is the budget issue. On previous FPs, on previous framework programs, the big spenders, such as the Space Agency or ITER, the nuclear fusion machinery or laboratory, they were getting resources that were not used in some areas, such as agriculture, administrative issues, or even from research. Now the research project is protected. The research amount, the budget is protected. It is not going to be diminished because the Commission needs to pay for ITER or for the European Space Agency. So this defense mechanism defense mechanism is one of the good things that the Horizon 2020 brings.